Oh, the holidays.
Family.
Don't we just love
right?
it? Family. Oh, man. I love you. I love my family. I love them so much. Navigating the small talk, though, with our family. When we get together, especially if you're, you know, one of those people, one of those couples trying to get pregnant, and you're struggling with fertility. You get around family, they start asking questions.
Right, that could be delicate, or maybe you just want them to mind their own business. They may,
mostly,
you know, positive intent. They're just trying to see what's going on with you. Delicate conversation. We wanted to bring in an expert. Dr. Asima Ahmad is the Chief Medical Officer at Carrot Fertility. Thanks for being with us. How common is it to struggle with fertility and getting pregnant for people?
Thank you for having me. So infertility is very common. The World Health Organization released a report earlier this year that shared that 1 in 6 people globally have infertility. And I think it's important to note that infertility is not just a woman's issue, which historically a lot of people see it as a woman's issue. It affects both women and men. Actually, 40 to 50% of cases may have a male factor component to them.
And that's tricky to navigate too. So here's the thing, I want to believe that they're well-meaning. I really want to believe that. But when someone brings up the conversation, how do you, without taking it personally and getting hurt, how do you put it down?
As the person who's asking the question, or as the person who's receiving?
As the person who's receiving.
Well, yeah, no, I guess we should ask you the other one too, but as someone who has to respond to the question.
Yeah, so I think it's important to, one, understand how you feel before you're even going into that situation, because going through fertility treatment itself can be very challenging. Most people aren't just doing one treatment and then achieving their goal. They may have to go through multiple treatments before that happens. So when they're going through this, they may have feelings of, anxiety, depression, blame, guilt, isolation. So it's important to know where you're at before you walk into that situation, because if you are feeling that way and you know that you're going into an environment where these people can ask a lot of these questions, it's okay to step back and say, you know what, I'm going to choose not to be there. And if people are asking you, only share what you feel comfortable with. Like, you're not obligated to share every aspect of your journey. And on the other side, if you feel like these questions are, getting too intrusive, you can always change the topic. I mean, you can always go back to talking about the weather or something else that has nothing to do with what you're going through from a fertility aspect.
Now, what if, some of those family members, let's flip it then. Some of those family members are watching right now. We're getting ready for the Christmas holiday and people gathering. And there's genuine curiosity, right? Like, how can they navigate that curiosity without hurting someone's feelings?
Great.
I think, yeah, that's a very, very great question. And it's true. We love our families. We love our support systems and our social circles, and many times they mean well, but it's important not to ask the questions that might, in fact, cause more harm than good. So it's safe to assume that the journey to build your family is not going to be the same for everyone. So don't assume that it's going to be easy. So going into a conversation asking about, so when are you going to have kids? I mean, that's not the best question to be asking. I think assuming that people might be challenges is probably a better approach. So any conversation around that, and especially if you know that someone is having challenges, approach it with compassion, empathy, make sure that they know that you're there for them. Try not to minimize the situation, saying things like, just relax, or sometimes people will say, well, at least you have one child, so it's okay. Some people have none. That can be really hard, especially if, for example, someone's having pregnancy losses, because it's not just infertility. These people can get pregnant, but they can't stay pregnant. And try not to make comparisons and, again, assume how people feel, because you don't know. Everyone's journey is going to be different.
Dr. Ahmad, that was great.
People have no idea. So if you don't know, you got to tread lightly. This was really good and perfect timing.
Perfect timing. And if you're having issues and you feel vulnerable, you're not alone. You're not alone.
Yeah,
so there you go.
So many people have infertility, but that 1 in 6 number doesn't include all those people who need to do fertility treatments, which includes single intending parents or same-sex couples, or people who might need to use donor sperm or donor eggs. So it is a lot of people.
Or miscarriages, right, as you said.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you.